This is Habakkuk or Habakkuk 2, and start at 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Murakakadash. Double honors to all the elders and apostles of GMS that taught me this truth. Peace and shalom to my felakim that taught me this truth, that are pushing this truth with honesty and sincerity. Shalom. It's the brother Shaw coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing that this lesson is edified. And I bring out this message or prayer from Habakkuk, if you will, because we are watchmen and are supposed to be discerning the signs and the times that are upon the earth, man. Not just in Babylon the Great, chiefly in Babylon the Great, but you know, that's what we're set forth to do, man. And going through a few videos, man, there's a lot going on, man. All right, so this video is going to be more of a various topics type of video, and we're going to start with the whole Christmas parade massacre that happened in Wisconsin. Okay, because I have a friend that's from Wisconsin, and they were in Wisconsin, and I seen this. I was actually standing in line. I was on like a brief vacation, man. Salakia. And I was standing in line, and there was a TV in front of me of CNN, and I'm like, damn, Wisconsin. So I hit the person up. I'm like, what's going on out there in Wisconsin? And they were oblivious. Didn't know what the hell was going on. Didn't know that this event had taken place, man. And this video is actually like a day old or whatnot, but they've actually found the man, the person who done this, and it's on the surface appears to be a Jake, okay, as well as the guy who shot a gun off in the airport, and they're painting the face of you niggas with wickedness, with the whole Young Dolph murder and all that, man. Okay, we're heading into these crazy times, man, and 2/3 of you niggas are about to start getting judged, man. Okay, a lot of you niggas are about to get judged as we get closer and closer to these wicked pagan holidays. Esau is going to require a sacrifice, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to give him, let him take you over, man. Okay, so we're going to get into this short video real quick and get into some scriptures, and Lord willing that this lesson is edifying. Commercial first. I knew it.
A blast of immune support that's more than just vitamins.
Our top story at this hour. At least 5 people have died and over 40 have been injured after a vehicle drove through a holiday parade in the city of Waukesha in Wisconsin, United States. According to police, a red SUV drove through the annual local holiday parade. In videos posted on social media, police appeared to open fire at the red SUV as it sped towards the marchers. Police say that there were reports of some fatalities as well. So far, 11 adults and 12 children have been taken to the hospital. According to the police, the suspect's vehicle has been recovered and a person of interest was in custody. Police say there were no further threats after the incident in Waukesha, which is about 20 miles from Milwaukee. Officers continue to gather information about the incident. Schools will not open on Monday and roads will remain closed as investigation into the incident continues. Lawmakers of the state have reacted to the incident, calling it horrific and heartbreaking. An eyewitness to the events recounts the ordeal.
Pues al ver las imágenes sí me impactó mucho ver toda la gente ahí, pues sangrando y gritando de terror. Ya cuando me fui acercando al lugar, también escuché como algunos disparos. Entonces la gente empezó a asustarse más, ¿verdad? Y pues a correr desesperadamente. Entonces, pues yo seguí más adelante para ver, pues sí, lo que había pasado en realidad. Y sí, pues ya mucha gente estaba lesionada ahí, tendida en el suelo.
That's the spirit. This clown's name is Jesus, and they're out there at these wicked, demonic ass heathen heathen ass parades, man. think it's Amos 5 and around 18. So the Lord not dealing with this madness, man. All right. As we get closer, to the day of the Lord, man. All right. Actually, might be further down. Yeah, we'll start at actually, man, we could start at 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not bright." And before the actual day of the Lord, the day of judgment comes, man, you're gonna have signs and wonders that come upon the earth, man. The violence, the pestilence, the plagues. Okay, spirits they're created for vengeance, man, to take out to do the Lord's bidding, the Lord's will. Okay, because unbeknown to a lot of you people on the earth and you people that believe in a higher power, you were taught that you're going to be raptured and beamed up before trial and tribulation comes. And that's just not biblical, man. That's not in the scriptures, man. All right, the Lord is going to do some separation and some division. All right, and a lot of it's going to be by death, man. Right, which is just judgment. All right, judgment plays upon the earth, man, not in a fictitious place where you burn forever. All right, the Lord is love. He loves everyone, but he'll send you to a place and burn forever. No, man, that's not it. All right. Verse 19, "As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him." No way you're going to be able to run from his judgment. Like your boy Young Dolph made a song about 100 shots, even getting shot at 100 times, bulletproof cars and all this and that, and still got caught lacking, if you will. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can't, once the Lord puts a death angel on you, his word won't come back void, man. His judgment will not come back void. Okay. Verse 20, "Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?" And there will be no brightness. The only brightness that's going to come from this is the elect being brought up into salvation, man. That's it. You other 2/3 of you niggas are gonna get put to death, and your heathen are going into subjection. Okay. Verse 21. Here's the point. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat of the beast. The Lord is not accepting these abominable days, man, that are coming up. He doesn't accept your Thanksgiving, doesn't accept your New Year's Eve, doesn't accept your Christmas dinner. That's supposed to be his birthday, man. All right. The Lord just simply not dealing with that, man. You got people getting mowed down and ran the fuck over at a wicked Christmas parade, man. Let me see here. Let me see here. Salakia. Now, Salaki, Matthew 24:12, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." You getting in your car and mowing down people at a Christmas parade is a cold waxing act. You shooting a iconic Negro in his own hometown at a damn cookie store is a cold waxing act. You got niggas all out in California and San Francisco hitting high-end jewelry stores, smashing and grabbing, man. Armed robberies, murder rates, niggas robbing convenience stores. All this, man. Why? Because we're getting in and coming to the day of the judgment. America is starting to sink and fall in, man. More lockdowns are getting ready to be implemented, man. Okay, and even more chaos and turmoil is gonna come with with this whole Arbery trial and case. If Jay could ride, if they're not found guilty, man, of murdering this guy, man. All right, you had the damn a prosecutor or defender of the two men just slamming Arbery. I can't think of his name right now, man. His full name, slamming Arbery, saying his toenails were dirty, and I was like, what? Just madness, man. But this is Esau Edom, man. Okay, the devil that the Bible speaks of, the deceiver, man. All right, always wanted to paint you niggas in a negative narrative. Okay, always wanting to paint you niggas in the negative narrative. They're accusing of thy brethren, and this is what we have to get away from, man. All right, the accuser of our brethren we have to get away from, so we can establish the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai's righteous kingdom. Okay, it's because we were falling away from grace, man. All right, or falling away from who we are and falling away from our power, man. Okay. Let me see here. Let's get into this pandemic. All right, which has been going on for some years, by the way. When I first got into the truth, the whole opioid and drug pandemic was destroying America.
A silent pandemic is taking thousands of lives. It has killed more than 100,000 Americans in 1 year, 100,000 in a year. They were not killed by guns or car accidents or the flu. They were killed by medicine overdose, drug overdose. More Americans are dying from drug overdose, and the last year had a record high. Here's a report.
And actually, it's been about the last 3 years. All right, it's been about because when I first got into the truth and the understanding of this was at around the elder Malcolm used to bring this up all the time. And again, this was almost 2-3 years ago. 200 to 300 a day were dying from this, man. Right, way more than your damn pandemic. Okay, but what happened was Reagan came in, and the CIA, along with I forget the white boy's name, man. I know they use a freeway Ricky Ross to bring in and flood in the drugs into these ghettos, man. All right. Then what they do, they flood the streets with the drugs. Then they had the drug law or the crime bill that was backed by your boy Biden and Clinton, man. All right. Harsh, strict drug laws on Jake, man. Flooded the shit with the problem, reaction, solution. All right. The problem was flood the scene, flood the communities, the ghettos, the barrios with drugs. The reaction was Jake could make a lot of money from this. Okay, Jake could come up from this. Okay, the reaction was have Jake bug out on their mind. Out of the fathers, out of the household, women strung out, kids strung out, crack babies being born. The solution was give their asses harsh and strict time for doing this shit and being caught with it. That's always been his modus operandi, man. All right, it's always chiefly been geared towards you Israelites, you Latinos, and Native Americans and Negroes. Damn near decimated Gad. Okay. And now, real quick, before I get in the description, now the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is turning that back and putting the curses upon his enemies, man.
The United States is dealing with a hidden pandemic. In the past year, it has lost more than 100,000 lives to it. What is this pandemic? Drug overdose. It has touched a record high in the United States. The country has reported its highest yearly death toll from drugs. The data comes from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. It recorded 100,306 deaths till April 2021. All of these deaths were due to drug overdose. 46 out of 50 American states have reported a spike in such deaths. In total, deaths from overdose have shot up by more than 28%. Why are so many people dying from overdose in America? Experts give a long list of reasons. The first one is the pandemic. Lockdowns and pandemic restrictions isolated patients with drug addictions. They couldn't get the help they needed. so they took harmful drugs without consulting doctors. The second cause is the poisoned drug supply of America. Drugs that can cause harm have penetrated the U.S. health system. A lot of victims took synthetic opioids. These drugs are manufactured in labs. They help patients get relief from pain by stimulating the brain. 75% of the deaths in the U.S. were due to opioids. The trend has been a cause of concerns for years now. Drug overdose deaths in the United States
The trend has been a cause for years now. Okay. Now, when Jake was, and Dave Chappelle said the truth in his last comedy special, just say no to drugs. But when you Edomites, because don't get it twisted, Jake has experimented with drugs as well, and some of these deaths from these synthetic drugs are you Israelites as well. But this is chiefly going into you Edomites, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is casting judgment upon you. All right. And we're gonna get that in the scriptures, man. The judgment, because the Lord is in control of all things, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 37. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right. You accused us of being deadbeats and drug addicts and rapists and murderers and thugs. Okay. And what did Biden call super predators? Now your ass is on the forefront, man. Okay. I drive through rich neighborhoods all the time, man. Okay. Decent neighborhoods all the time. And all I see is homeless Edomites. That shit wasn't there a few years ago, man. Okay. Hell, I seen some homeless Edomites in button up shirts and khakis and pants and all this other type of crazy shit, man. Homeless. All right. Because those curtains are getting ready to come. Those curses are getting ready to come. Okay. So, I'm gonna my internet's kind of acting up, so I'm gonna probably have to come back and make a part 2 of this lesson, man. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, I'll be back with a part 2. Actually, let me pause and see if I have to disconnect first. All right, so like I didn't have to disconnect, man. But in the event that I do, that's what's up. We'll just continue on, man. Having some troubleshooting. But yeah, these curses are leaving us, the elect. Okay, because again, going back to Amos, let me see if I still have it pulled up, which I don't think I do. Going back to Amos, 2/3 of you niggas are gonna get caught out there, man. All right, you don't believe what the men of the Lord have been telling you that's going on, man. You don't believe, you don't hearken, you don't hear to the words. And a lot of you niggas know that you're Israelites. All right, you just don't want to get with the program. A lot of you niggas know that you're Israelites. You seen these celebrities come out saying it, see these rappers come out saying it and mention it. You see the men of the Lord all over the place, man. Okay, but you are standing and you're trusting Egypt, man. All right, and that's gonna get you failed miserably, man. Okay, let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah, let's go into Australia back in lockdown. And there was another
when you think about the future,
place getting ready to go back into lockdown as well, man.
A full national coronavirus lockdown has come into force in Austria. It's the first country in Europe to announce such a step as COVID cases surge. The Austrian government says it will also make COVID vaccinations mandatory from February, as Bethany Bell reports.
The lockdown will last for just under 3 weeks. It comes after record numbers of new COVID infections in recent days. Last week, Austria introduced a lockdown for the unvaccinated. But cases continued to soar, and the government decided to impose even tougher measures.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir alle zusammen.
The Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg said COVID vaccinations will become mandatory as of February. The move is controversial. Thousands of people took to the streets this weekend in protest at the plans for compulsory jabs. Around 2/3 of Austrians are fully vaccinated, one of the lowest rates in Western Europe. Bethany Bell, BBC News, Vienna.
The Belgian capital, Brussels, has become the latest European city to see unrest over tightened COVID restrictions. Tens of thousands of people marched in protest, and there were 40 arrests. Well, these disturbances followed protests in a number of European countries, and there was a third night of unrest in some Dutch cities, as Anna Holligan reports.
Another day of unrest, unsettling another European capital. This is Brussels. What began as an organised peaceful march quickly turned nasty. Some protesters threw fireworks at police. Others targeted their vehicles. Officers intervened with tear gas and water cannon. Belgium has just...
And those tear gas and water cannons are going to eventually lead to live rounds here soon, man. Again, we're just getting over a blood moon. And we know that those are signs and times and wonders in the sky, man. Letting us know that we're getting closer. Okay. You got China threatening America, Russia threatening America, America threatening Russia with and testing to see if they can have nuclear capabilities. World War III has already started on a small scale, man. But we're embedded in so much folly and madness over here that Jake is not able to pay attention to what the hell is going on, man. All right. This is Matthew 24. I said, let me see. I started 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world? And we know that that word world is actually the end of an age, man. All right. An uninterrupted period of time of rulership. And who's ruling right now? The self-proclaimed white man, which is biblically the Edomite, man. Okay. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many, all right, with their doctrine. Okay. You got Kamala Harris and these other senators saying, be neighborly and dance with the sauce, with the juice. Jesus would have wanted you to do this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just pure wickedness. Any other time they have not mentioned the scriptures, man. Okay. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not. This is just the beginning of things, man. All right. Things are not starting up, not the help. It is not starting going right now. Salak, let me start over. Verse 6. Matthew 24:6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all of these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We're just seeing the beginning of things, man. You know, inflation is running rampant in America. All these prices are getting higher. Taxation, shortages, all this. The Lord is strategically setting this place up for failure, man, for judgment. Okay. Babylon is going to fall. All right. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Nation rising against nation. Here you got a lot of people up in arms over this whole Rittenhouse trial and this Ahmaud Arbery. That's his name. I just thought of it. This whole Ahmaud Arbery trial. Okay. And now you're starting to see this large protest as well from these whole mandates that are here, man. And let me see where we're going to go from here, because there was another. Yes, this is a larger lockdown that's over in Europe, not just in Australia, but in Europe as well. That's coming.
History is filled with almosts.
It's ridiculous.
Those who almost ventured.
Across much of Europe, vaccination rates are soaring.
Much of Europe.
And resistance is rising. From Rotterdam and Rome to Zagreb and Brussels, the message is the same.
Basically because we want our freedom.
Police estimate 35,000 turned out in the Belgian capital, many opposed to vaccine passports.
It's discrimination. People get discriminated because the QR code, you know?
Some of us, we don't want to get vaccinated.
Capital,
because of the what?
To vaccine passports. It's
discrimination. People get discriminated because the QR code, you know?
Some of us
All right.
don't want to get vaccinated.
And that's eventually going to lead to Revelations 13:16, man. Okay, which we know. Any cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And that goes back into that whole barcode. I believe it was Joseph, Charles, Laura, Linda, whichever one, man. We just went over it Sunday, just briefly touching over it, man. And it's going to be this whole barcode system, man. All right, everything is going, the fourth industrial revolution, if you will, man. All right. And Jake is not paying attention, and he's going to be pushed headfirst into this new world order, man. All right. And that's what it is, a new world order, a new way of doing things. Everyone wants to think that that word is cliche, but it's clearly here, a new way of doing things. Less rights. Okay. Everything's censorized. All right. You're either in with them, with their way of thinking, their way of thought. Okay. You cannot speak up against whatever it is that they're doing, or you'll be demonized, man. It's a new way of doing things, new monetary system. All right. But just like in the book of Job, when he's about to fulfill his belly, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to pull the rug away from up under him. Roughly paraphrasing, man. All right. So you have a lot of people protesting and rioting, and that same type of treatment is going to come here, because what do you have? Here, let me see. Let's see right here what we got going on with this one.
Liberal Senator for New South Wales, Conchetta Fierravanti-Wells, joins me now live from Canberra, and good to talk to you again, Connie. Tell me, why did you turn your back on your own government's view today and vote with One Nation to get rid of these vaccine mandates?
Well, Chris, I have to say that I have been consistent in expressing my concerns in relation to vaccine mandates and also vaccine passports. And so, coupled with the fact that I have absolutely been inundated with correspondence and people contacting me, expressing their views and expressing their concerns, I was certainly being consistent in my approach. And I think that certainly... as I said, I have been consistent in my approach. Please don't get me wrong, Chris. I'm fully vaccinated.
I'm recording.
But I think
What is
this
working?
is more a reflection of some of the things that you were saying earlier in relation to ensuring not only that people have the choice, but that choice is effectively given to them. And so that's the reason why.
Look, it's not a black and white issue in an era where everything wants to be, sort of polarised in politics. It's obviously not black and white. Your own Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, says he's against general vaccine mandates, but of course says that in aged care and in hospitals, there are situations where they should be put in place, and otherwise it's up to businesses. So why couldn't you accept his fairly pragmatic approach rather than backing this One Nation laws that would have set Canberra at odds with the states, would have put them in a battle with the states over these authorities?
Well, Chris, the reality is that they are at odds with the states. I mean, National Cabinet was established to ensure that there was a consistent national approach. We now have an...
And so nation pushes to override mandates, but when we look up further, earlier, before Biden was elected, what was he saying?
At Ring, we've reinvented the doorbell, and now we're reinventing home security with Ring Alarm. It's the simplest.
President-elect Joe Biden is urging Congress to fast-track a coronavirus relief package with the understanding that even more aid will be needed next month. Mr. Biden acknowledged that Friday's November jobs report was bleak, with just 245,000 new positions.
Now, this is last year now. Keep in mind, this is a year ago.
Added last month. Those are the smallest monthly gains since the recovery began back in May, and the unemployment rate clocked in at 6.7% as an estimated 400,000 Americans either stopped working or stopped looking for work in November. Nicole Killian is in Wilmington, Delaware, following the president-elect this morning. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning to you, Michelle. President-elect Joe Biden will meet with his transition.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
No time to lose and urged President Trump and Congress to reach a deal on another stimulus.
And this situation is urgent. If we don't act now, the future will be very bleak. Americans need help, and they need it now.
The president-elect said he was confident he could get Republicans to go big on additional economic measures once he takes office, but he expressed concern over the administration's plans to distribute a COVID vaccine.
There is no detailed plan that we've seen anyway as to how you get the vaccine out of a container into an injection syringe into somebody's arm. And it's going to be very difficult for that to be done, and it's very expensive.
While Mr. Biden said he would be willing to get a vaccine, he would not require it for all Americans.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power, just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
He also acknowledged...
So how did that change? If he's the president-elect and he's running shit, how did that change? Look, this man is a puppet. You know, and he was taken down from power a while he's supposed to have some type of surgery or something. Babylon is through and all over the place, man. Just confusion, man. All right, we're gonna end it here. It's just a ball of mess. Just a ball of mess, man. This is Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Babylon is falling through the power and spirit of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Starting with the elders and apostles on down, man. Chanting, singing the new psalm, and bringing this kingdom to desolation, man. All right. So I hope this lesson was edifying. Sorry about the interruptions. A lot is going on over here, man. It's madness. It's confusion. All right. But we still gonna keep it pushing, man. Shalom.